Hi guys, it's Stock Curry, and the Fed is wrapping up their annual meeting on Friday. Jerome Powell is expected to speak Friday afternoon, so we'll talk about what that might do to the markets. I've also got 10 very interesting stocks for you to watch, so let's get into it! Okay, the Fed's annual meeting wraps up on Friday. Jerome Powell will be speaking Friday afternoon. We're looking for clarity on when the Fed will start tapering their bond buying. When the Fed does start tapering, that will cause a short-term drop in the markets. So if the Fed says they are starting tapering, that could trigger the start of a market correction that we've all been waiting for. But if the Fed delays their tapering, say they're concerned about the Delta variant or something like that, then that could cause the markets to go up. Now, also in real estate news, the Supreme Court blocked Biden's latest eviction ban on Thursday. That means evictions can start again, which will in turn put more houses on the market. That could cause the prices of housing to decline as inventory increases. This might affect some REIT stocks. Now, I know we had a bit of a red day on Thursday. Unfortunately, Biden decided to pull out of Afghanistan. That allowed the Taliban to come in and attack. And sadly, 13 U.S. soldiers were killed on Thursday. I just want to give my sincere condolences to those families and to all of the Afghan vets out there who are dealing with this. I want to let you know this is not another Vietnam. We support you. We thank you. So thank you to all of the Afghan vets for serving and doing your duty to help fight off the Taliban who attacked us on 9/11. We appreciate you. Now, for those of you who are new to this channel, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for some large investment banks, and now I analyze stock picks on YouTube. I watch hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos every single day, and then I consolidate all of the stock picks from the top YouTubers into a single video. I give you both the cliff notes on their stock picks as well as my analysis on their stock picks. Now, if anything I talk about today piques your interest, make sure you listen to who I say talked about that stock, and then go watch their video to get the full details on what they said. Now, all I ask for putting all of this together for you guys is that you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page so that you can get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. Alright, before we get into our stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about today is a recommendation to buy, sell, or hold. These are just my opinions, which may or may not be accurate. Please do your own research before investing in any asset. If you're wondering what you're looking at right now, this is the Webull desktop app. Webull is the app that I use for my trading, and it is also the app that I use in all of my videos. Now, I know Thursday was a red day, but I'm encouraged to see that the Asian markets are all up, so I'm hoping that we get a green day on Friday. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. And first up is SOL. This is Solana. StockMo let us know that SOL led in the digital asset weekly inflows last week. That means more money is being put into SOL than other cryptos such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. The price of SOL has doubled in the past month. SOL is special because it combines multiple technologies to provide a lightning-fast execution time. That could be beneficial to certain industries where time is of the essence. To put things in perspective, Ethereum can process 15 transactions per second. Visa can process 24,000 payments per second. And SOL can process 50,000 transactions per second. StockMo thinks SOL will continue to increase in price throughout the end of this year. And next up is CHPT. This is ChargePoint. They're the largest charging station company in North America with 73% of the total market share. They are also starting to expand globally. StockMo is disappointed in the performance of CHPT, but he still believes in this stock long term. He believes CHPT will benefit from the infrastructure bill that passes, and I agree. I just want to remind you that the infrastructure bill could take another 2 months to pass. depending upon what happens with the larger $3.5 trillion spending bill. Next up is COIN. This is Coinbase. This is a platform that is used to trade cryptocurrencies. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that COIN is one of ARK Invest's largest holdings. ARK Invest has over $1 billion invested in COIN. Now, it's really hard to determine a proper valuation on COIN. There are so many factors that could affect the price of COIN. It will probably take another 6 months to a year before we really know where COIN should be valued. We are seeing COIN flatten out here, which is good. IPOs need to find stability before a lot of large institutions will start buying into them. The fact that COIN has found some stability over the past few months means it has a better chance of rising from here than dropping. Next up is CRWD. This is CrowdStrike. This is a cybersecurity company used by banks and other large companies to help cybersecurity professionals manage threats. Chris Zane said that if you are a short-term investor, then you should consider locking in profits on CRWD. He said long-term investors should continue holding. I will let you know that CRWD is rising going into earnings. Earnings are expected to be released on Tuesday, August 31st. I think this will be a buy the hype, sell the news event. I would hold until Monday and then sell on Monday. I would expect CRWD to pull back after earnings. And then I think we'll get another dip buying opportunity after earnings. Next up is LCID. This is Lucid Group, and they're an American EV manufacturer. StockMo let us know that the Motor Trend Lucid Air article came out, and Johnny Lieberman called it an absolute mic drop. The article was very praiseworthy of the Lucid Air, and that should be good for LCID once they start delivering vehicles. Don't expect LCID to start rising in price until delivery starts. You'll just have to be patient with this one. That said, LCID is right at 2 levels of support, both a long-standing support level and the 200-day EMA. So if you're not yet invested in LCID, I think now would be a great time to buy in for either a long-term hold or a leap call option. Next up is NIO. This is NIO, and they're a Chinese EV manufacturer. StockMo reiterated the importance of being patient with your stocks. He still thinks NIO will get to $60 by the end of this year, but he said we will have to wait through some difficult months in September and October because those are usually the worst 2 months in the stock market. Next up is RIDE. This is Lordstown Motors. They're an American EV manufacturer. RIDE was up over 40% at one point on Thursday and closed up over 17%. RIDE rose after they announced that they had found a new CEO. The prior CEO had lied about the number of pre-orders they had, and he eventually resigned. RIDE is expected to start deliveries in the next few months, but they do have some serious issues. First, they are almost out of money. They need to get some significant financing soon, or they'll be out of business by the end of this year. They also have significant competition from the Ford Electric F-150. I would call RIDE a lotto play at this point. I went over how to play it in a prior video 2 weeks ago. I'm currently holding a leap call option on RIDE, and if you want to know my thoughts on how to best play RIDE, then you can search YouTube for Stock Curry RIDE. Also, if you want to know everything I'm buying and selling, I post all of my trades within minutes of making the trade on Facebook and Twitter. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Real Scott Curry. Next up is ROKU. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that ARK Invest has over 5% of the funds in their main portfolio tied up in ROKU. By the way, what you're looking at right now is Lucid Tracking. Lucid Tracking tracks all of the buys and sells across multiple high-profile funds, including ARK Invest and BlackRock. It's still in beta testing right now, but if you want access, I have an invite link for Lucid tracking on my resources page. Now, Jeremy with Financial Education is a long-term value investor, and he just does not understand why ARK Invest would hold ROKU. ROKU has a current PE of 209 and a forward PE of 281. That is very high for any stock. Technically, ROKU is at support on the daily, weekly, and monthly charts. So technically, ROKU looks great. Fundamentally, ROKU looks overvalued. Personally, I like to invest in stocks where the technicals and fundamentals line up. So I'm with Jeremy on this one. I would not buy ROKU. Next up is TDOC. This is TDOC. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that ARK Invest has over $2 billion invested in TDOC. TDOC is one of ARK Invest's largest holdings. TDOC is more difficult to value than a lot of other stocks ARK Invest owns because they are still not profitable. Now technically, TDOC remains bearish, but it is flattening out. Next up is TSLA. This is Tesla, and they're an American EV manufacturer. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that over 10% of ARK Invest funds are in TSLA. This is ARK Invest's largest holding. ARK Invest has made a lot of money on TSLA over the years, and even though they keep selling shares to trim their position, it remains more than 10% of their total portfolio. Jeremy says he understands not wanting to buy TSLA due to the high valuations, but he just cannot deny the massive growth TSLA has had over the past few years. TSLA continues to slowly rise, and it continues to maintain its long-term upward trend line. TSLA is good as both a short-term momentum play and a long-term growth stock. And last up, we have U. This is Unity Software, and they're a game developer. Jeremy with Financial Education let us know that ARK Invest has over $1 billion invested in U. Now, U isn't profitable, so it's hard to value, but they do have good growth, with a consistent 40 to 50% year-over-year growth in revenues every quarter. Jeremy finds it interesting that ARK Invest has about 5% of each of their portfolios invested in U. ARK Invest clearly has high conviction on U long-term as a disruptor in the gaming space. Also, real fast, I wanted to give an update on SNPR. In yesterday's video, I explained arbitrage and how you could make money every time this dips below $10. However, I was also informed that SNPR is merging on Friday. That means the $10 floor will no longer be applicable on this stock, so SNPR will be free to drop, and most SPACs do drop after merger. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to keep up to date with what the Fed is saying and how it's speaking and how that's affecting the markets, then I recommend you join the Discord. I have a link for the Discord in the description of this video. That will allow you to see what's happening in the stock market, and you can also ask questions to figure out what you should be doing with your stocks. Now, if you're looking for a broker to trade with, then you can sign up for Webull using my link in the description below. When you sign up using my link in the description below and deposit just $100, Webull is going to send you 2 free stocks worth up to $2,300. Now, if you're not a U.S. resident, or if you're looking to trade OTC penny stocks, then you can sign up for Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers is a great trading platform. They have highly discounted trading throughout the world, and I have a link to Interactive Brokers down in the description as well. Both Webull and Interactive Brokers offer the full pre-market and after-hours trading from 4 a.m. until 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, I do have material connections with both of those, so whenever you sign up for either one, not only are you going to get a great broker to trade with, you're also going to help me to continue to produce these great videos. Now, finally, I want to remind you to hit that like button, subscribe, and follow the page if you haven't already. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and click the bell icon and click all so that you can get notified when I release my next video. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you on Monday.